Hi everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading for the heart and soul. I'm Cheryl Harnish. Hi. And today's pick a card reading is, what is Spirit trying to tell you? What is it you need to focus on in your life to get things moving, to get you progressing forward? We all need help with that. Now, before we get into our card choices, I just want to quickly say, oh my God, you guys, thank you for such an amazing, warm welcome back. My heart is so touched. Like, I had tears in my eyes over this week reading all of your comments, and there were a lot. Like, I think the last time I checked, there was 500 or more on the last video. So I know a lot of you guys took your time to write quite big things to me, like big paragraphs, and I didn't have time to answer everybody, but let me tell you, I absolutely read your comments and they touched me so deeply. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And stay tuned for next week's card reading, because we are going to be giving away a deck of Return of Spirit. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, this would be a very good time to do that. Okay, so after all the excitement, let's get into our card choices. So today we have our little Buddhas, my favorite guys of all. So this top level here is going to be our first choice, and then like as a second tier or a second pick, we're going to do some charms down here. Okay, so up here for choice number 1, we have the Abundance Buddha. For choice number 2, we have the Manifesting Buddha, and choice number 3 is the Prayers Buddha. Yeah, the Prayers Buddha. Okay, so down here we have our charms. Okay, so we have choice, we'll call this choice A, choice B, and choice C. So all of them are filled with charms here, and I'm just going to take a couple out and chuck them on the table and see what additional reading we can get for you to really make it more personalized for you. Okay, I love you guys. I really do. I will see you in just a second. Take your time, make your choice, and as always, if it seems like it's not resonating with you, go back to the beginning and make another choice. It's usually works out better that way. Anyhow, I'm sure your reading will resonate with you, and I'll see you in just a minute. Hi, group 1. Okay, ready for your reading? For those of you who have chosen our beautiful little Abundance Buddha, we'll put him over here with his friends, I guess. And let's see what we have for you here. We're going this way. We're going this way. So, okay. All right. So we have Earth Angel. That's a good message to start off with. A great card. We have the Blossoming card. You know, it's kind of funny that these two have come out together, because, you know, a part of this message about the Earth Angel is, you know, realizing that you have something valuable to offer in the world. And the Blossoming card is about doubting that you're progressing and moving forward on your path. So that, that's what this reading is about. Okay. And we have Red Native. And okay, and we have the Intuitive Arts Guides. Intuitive Arts Guide. Oh, it's like a tongue twister. All right, so what I'm going to do is just on camera pull out our last two and kind of put this reading together. You know, I would say this reading is a lot more about your actual spiritual growth, and really kind of owning these divine gifts that you've come with, even if, you know, you're kind of doubting yourself and doubting your abilities and doubting whether you're getting anywhere with this, you know, that sort of thing. So I was going to pull the cards right off the top. Maybe I should, shouldn't I? I think I'm going to. All right. I'm just going to give it another quick shuffle here. Like, got to keep keep changing things up, right? Keep it fresh. So we are going to take the top two. Okay. We have Violet Flame, which is a healing card. It's all about your mental and emotional healing, as well as physical. Oh my goodness. That's why. And recognition. Okay, you guys. So definitely with this recognition card coming out, this is talking, I mean, a lot of the times when it comes out, it's talking about you gaining recognition out there in the world. Like, you know, that as we start to see ourselves, that our deeper understanding, appreciation, as our level of self-love deepens, it changes the way that we perceive ourselves, and in turn, it begins to affect reality around us, and others begin to reflect our higher understanding, love, value of ourselves. They begin to reflect it back to us. And I feel like that is definitely a huge part of your message for this week. But even greater is coming to the first part, which is about you recognizing how valuable you are, about recognizing these gifts that you have. And I know that for many of us, we have this part of our brain that just can't acknowledge that what we have to offer, if we have anything to offer, is, how could it be of value? Or, are people even going to want what I have to give? And all the other, things that we have to work on within ourselves. And, like what spirit wants you to know, what they're trying to tell you is that it's kind of time to take a step back and really start to evaluate how you are evaluating yourselves, how you value yourselves. And, this, I feel like with this Violet Flame card coming up here, this is about getting you out of the rut, because when the Violet Flame card comes out, it's talking about kind of waking up and realizing that, like, you've kind of been down this hole or feeling depressed, and it doesn't always have to be this like deep melancholy depression. It can be this just lingering sense of lethargy and lack of passion in our lives, and just like, yeah, whatever, And so a lot of the times with that depression comes, it's like that depression is like a gift, and it's knocking at your inner door saying, look, something needs to change here, right? And it's talking about you coming to see your own self-worth and value. And I know that there's so many things that can contribute to that feeling, and the universe is really saying that it's time to kind of take a step back and start to look at these things, okay? Because it's almost like a feeling of stuckness that happens here. But I do have to say that with this Violet Flame card, I feel like this is a huge amount of encouragement on the part of the universe, which is, saying, like, take just a couple steps forward and we are right here and we will meet you here, right? Because it's like, this is about your healing, your growth, your evolution, right? I'm losing my earbud here. So now we have card number 43, which is Earth Angel. And when this one comes up, you guys are the sensitives, the empaths. You're deeply compassionate, deeply caring, and very, very giving souls. And it seems like all of there's me recognizing myself. I was going to say all of you guys, but I am a part of this, that all of us that are here to be in service in the world, it seems like we are faced with greater challenges and forced to awaken and grow into ourselves and into our fullest potential, right? And, with that blossoming card, being here, it's like this little flower, and it's saying that, you know, it's time to open up. It's time to kind of come out of this and step into your own. And this is a card that's saying, like, you know, a lot of the times when we have depression brain, it's very negative and we can't see the progress that we're making, or we don't perceive our advancements as really getting anywhere, and we feel like our tires are stuck in the mud. And this card is saying that you absolutely are making progress, and that it's about not listening to your mind, but stepping out of your mind and really coming into that place of self and soul and spirit, right? To help lift you out of this depression. And the other card that I want to talk about here now, the Red Native card, is 34. So we have 43 and 34 from two different decks. So that's a 7. Now with the Red Native card is talking about, I hope most of you are familiar with First Nations spirituality, and they talk about walking the red road, which, like, in new agey kind of terms, is about walking your spiritual path. And it feels like they're, you know, the universe is kind of saying to you guys this week, okay, you've had your time, you've wallowed around in this enough, it's time, just take our hand, it's time to get on your path and get really serious about it, like really serious about overcoming this false human self, the mind, the ego that is just keeping you down and stuck and repressed, right? And in part, what they're talking about here is that part of reclaiming yourself and really stepping onto your spiritual path is about claiming your intuition, reclaiming for some of you or many of you, your intuitive gifts, because that's the intuitive arts guide sitting there. And it's saying that, you know, these little, the quiet whisperings that are happening within you, you know, a lot of us disregard them. Even if it's something as simple as, I used this analogy earlier this week, that it's about, you know, you might hear, "Ooh, take the second key to the house today." You're like, why would I take the second key to the house today? Ugh, no. And you ignore it because you're in a hurry and you rush out the door. And sure enough, somehow at work, before you came home, you lost your house key. And if you had have acknowledged that tiny little inner voice, you would have the second key to get into your place. And so, like, really what the universe is saying is that it's time to really start to honor the quiet whispering that's calling in your soul. Even if your mind is telling you you can't, you know, you're not able, you're not enough, you're not, because it never is the voice that's going to encourage us. And they're kind of saying, like, it's about stepping forward in this faith that it is the right thing to do. Now, the other thing I have to say with this Earth Angel card being here, that for many or most of you, that there is a feeling, like a feeling, a voice, a calling, to step forward and to be of service somehow in the world. And that's whether it's like offering your spiritual services, whether you're a healer or an intuitive, or, you know, you dance, sing, whatever it is your gifts are, because each and every one of them is unique, or to offer yourself in a volunteer situation. Like, is anything that gets you out here connecting to other people and giving and starting this exchange, because it is an important part of your path, and it is something that's very important, that's going to help you to really open and blossom into yourself. Because a lot of the time when we're in this kind of place where we're feeling down, it's such a stuck kind of feeling, stuck kind of energy, And it's usually spiraling inwards on ourselves, right? Like we're caving in. We become this kind of like black hole, not in a good way. And it's about reversing that energy flow to come out, to start moving it out so you can start progressing here on your path. Okay, so that is not the end of your reading, you guys. We still have one of our 3 choices, A, B, or C, and that's going to personalize this reading for you a lot more, and it likely will talk about some other things that the universe is wanting you to know about. So I'll see you guys in our charms reading in just a sec. Hi, group 2. How are you this week? Okay, for those of you who have chosen our beautiful little manifesting Buddha, we'll put him over here with his friends, right? Let's see what we have for you this week. We're going this way. Okay, bang, right off the bat, we have cellular healing. Okay, so that is definitely talking about some healing of the physical body or releasing old emotional patterns and stagnant energy, like that cellular memory kind of thing, and beginning, there's some sort of release work and healing work that they're talking about for you guys this week. Oh, beautiful. Awakening. I love this card because, the energy just with the awakening card and cellular healing together, as soon as I get this feeling from them is that there's shifting that's happening energetically, mentally, emotionally for you guys this week. Oh, beautiful. And we have Master number 11, and it's the inflow card. And I love it because this one looks like metallics, golden energy, like just pouring through. And so that explains why I had this feeling of this shifting energy. Okay, and we have consciousness. All right, so yeah, for me, I'm like, yep, this is done deal. I understand exactly what they're trying to say to you. So, a lot of the times we get so busy and carried away and locked into the patterns of our daily life and the things we have to do that we don't really stop to take time for ourselves. And even when everything inside of us is calling for us to have a time out and to focus on what is happening in here, in here, and in here, right? And we're brilliant at delaying, paying attention to here and putting ourselves out here for everyone and everything else. And, it's almost like Spirit is asking you to kind of stop, breathe, and just begin to take a part of your attention anyway and begin to pay some attention to you in a selfish kind of way, that it's about yourself. So with that cellular healing card, it is about this change, healing, rejuvenation kind of energies. So if you have been physically ill, I feel like there's some sort of change or turnaround that's happening for you guys. And for others of you, this is about beginning to dig, I'm going to do it like this. This will help to begin to, be brave enough to go within and start to look at the mental patterns and the habits and the emotions that are living inside of you that you may be repressing or kind of denying or trying to shelf them away, or even looking back at some old hurts and wounds that cellularly we may have stored in our body because at that time that it was happening, we weren't in a place mentally, emotionally, where we were able to deal with them. Now, when it comes to our physical healing, the mind plays a major role in how well and how quickly we heal. And so this is also asking you to take a look at your belief system, at what your mind is feeding the machine, to help. Like the placebo effect is a very valid thing, that if we are given a medicine that a pill that really has no medicinal property, but we are told and believe that this has a medicinal property that is going to heal us, the mind can heal us just from the belief alone. And so it's kind of like there's a lot of looking at your mind, your mental patterns, all of those things this week, because there's something that's going on in here for you guys, right? That we need to kind of make this shift in our mindsets about ourselves, about our healing, our emotional healing, physical healing, because there's something that is, it's like there's something that's awakening inside of you. And whatever kind of healing this is that you are needing is a part of the process, the catalyst that is bringing you to this place of really awakening. And what I love about this card is that, okay, in here, there's the shape of a heart, and down here, another heart. And they both connect to this amazing eye. And I see it as a third eye, but like the iris of this eye is green. And that green is representing the heart, right? So we have two hearts, and then the heart chakra color. And so this is talking about a real awakening on the heart level, because that is truly where our soul, God self resides, is within the heart center. And so this is talking about you beginning to open and make these shifts this week that are bringing you to this place of awakening more deeply than you have been up to this point, and putting you into this place of flow where the energy can begin to move, so that it isn't stagnant and stuck and wreaking havoc on our emotional systems, like having PTSD or depression or, anxiety attacks and, all of the things that we can experience, as well as the physical symptoms, like headaches or illness and all of that sort of thing. So it's like this week is very much about digging deep and starting to look at what lives inside you here that is feeding the stuff inside of you here. Okay. Now there is more to your reading, you guys. And for part 2, we're going to choose A, B, or C, and that's going to bring you more understanding with this and what it might be referring to. Okay. So I wish you guys much love, and I'll see you in just a minute. Hi, group 3. How are you? This is for those of you who have chosen our beautiful little prayers, Buddha. I love these guys. Okay. Let's see what we have. We are going this way. Okay. So we have on target. Nice. We have deeper look. Doves. Okay. This is a relationship reading, because that Doves card is about relationships. And we have Egyptian eagle. Okay. So, I kind of see a story happening here with this. So, okay, I'm going to go to this one with this on target card, especially because it came out first. That's, I don't believe that that's a coincidence. So, the feeling that I get when this card comes out, especially coming out first, is that, I feel like, you guys may have been losing heart, or, feeling like, questioning, like, why is this happening? What is going on? I don't get it. I try so hard. I'm doing all that I can, and it doesn't seem to be making a difference out here in my life. And, all of the stuff that is happening in this process when we start to lose heart. And this card on target is like a direct message from spirit that is talking to you guys saying, you know, I know how you are perceiving things right now, like of what's happening here, but there's this reassurance, like you guys are on the mark. You are headed in exactly the right direction, that the things that are happening right now are happening because it's what's kind of weaving you and moving you through life to bring you toward the destination that you're intended to be, that you are moving in the right way, even if it doesn't really feel like that right at this moment. Okay. So we're going right to the Doves card. So I'm going to bring this in for you guys. So in this card, you can see that there's one dove here and one dove here, and they're like almost kissing. And here their tails connect and it spirals down into the center. And you notice that this card has nearly every color of the chakras system going on in this. So this is a high energy card. It's talking about this, whatever relationship this is, that it's engaging like your whole system at this time. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it is specifically an intimate relationship with a partner or, you know, someone that you're dating. That this can also be somebody that you have a deep emotional connection to, not necessarily intimate, right? And that can be your best friends, people you're very close to, family members that you grew up with, whoever this relationship is. And, you know, with this, with their tails being connected here, I really feel like a part of this message is, you know, we have this understanding that each of us, we are individuals, right? That we're separate, and it's about coming to understand that, you know, underneath it all, we are all coming from this one source. We are one source expressing itself as different beings. And so there's something that's deep. It's deep about your spiritual awakening and your deeper spiritual understanding. But more than that, with this Doves card, it talks about coming to the completion of a cycle. There's some sort of completion coming here. And so for some of you guys, this might actually be, you know, the completion. And you're, you know, especially if it's that kind of relationship that's off and on and you're in and out, things are good, then they're not, back in, you're out, I'm never doing that again, here I'm doing it again, you know, that kind of relationship. And if it is that, it's talking about, you know, this person being this kind of this soul agreement that I'm going to come into your life to help teach you these lessons, you're going to teach me these lessons. But now our cycle is coming to a completion. And through that completion, there's an ease in allowing the relationship to just be and let go. Easily let go from a place of love. Okay, maybe not easily, but still from a place of love, okay? And for others of you, this is actually talking about the completion of a particular cycle within this relationship, and that there's a change or shift in the energies here, because this is such a high energy card, and it's talking about a new beginning within this relationship for you. Now, if you are not in a relationship with somebody, like there isn't a relationship that you can relate this to now, I have to say there's some sort of new beginning within you about the relationships that you've had in the past that is going to help you shift and open to having the kind of relationship that you want to have, that your soul needs to have. Now, these two cards actually, they work in tandem. It's kind of interesting because this one is the deeper look card, and that is really talking about you taking a deeper look within yourself. And I'll explain that, because this is almost like the panel. I always think like the panel of a motherboard, and there's like this circle cut out or there's a magnification of these wiring that's going through, and we're taking a really deep look at the wiring in the electrical system, which is like taking a deeper look in here. And so there's, what spirit is asking you to focus on this week is to begin taking a deeper look at yourself, at your beliefs, at your understanding of how you work relationships, the patterns that you're involved in, the ways, if they do this, I do that. Always, I seem like I can't stop myself from reacting this way when this happens, so really looking at the deeper patterns that are happening within your relationship, and beginning to, through that deeper look, and you really have to be brave to look at yourself at that degree and to really see the why beneath your actions and behaviors. And through that, you're gaining this higher perspective, because that Egyptian eagle card, I do see this amazing eagle, and in the background, it's all this yellow energy, which is the solar plexus. And it's like, through this deeper look, you're gaining this higher perspective, because that's what the Egyptian eagle is all about. Like, you're gaining this higher perspective of the dynamic that's playing out in this relationship. And through that, it puts you in this, place of empowerment to be able to like break free of these old patterns and ways of being, so that you can respond to it in a healthier way, in a way that's more congruent with your heart and how you would like to respond in this relationship. And I feel like there's also an element here that the universe is asking you to work through this, that's happening, your inner process, and to trust that this is exactly what needs to happen for you. That, because again, I just want to remind you that whatever is playing out in this relationship, good, bad, or indifferent, is exactly what needs to be playing out to bring you into this higher place of understanding. Okay. So I'm trying to reassure you guys through this week. So this is not your complete reading. We still have another level to do, and that's going to make it a lot more personal to you, and give you even maybe more specifics about other things that are happening for you that you need to focus on. So our choices are A, B, or C, and I'll see you guys in just a minute. See you soon. Hi, Group A. Okay, let's see what we have for charms this week. We'll just pull a couple out just to see what kind of mess. Okay, we have quite a few. So what do we have? Okay, so we have the peace symbol. I'm just going to pull out the ones that I feel like have a lot of significance here. So with the peace symbol, if you've been having some, troubles or struggles that have been causing you grief, I feel like that peace symbol is a sign of some ease coming in that situation. But I also feel, because this week's reading is about what spirit wants you to focus on, this is very much about you focusing on the things that bring you inner peace. And not only that, but also, giving yourself that time and space to find that inner peace within yourself. So, like meditating or sitting quietly, or, getting outside and taking a walk in the woods, or whatever you can do that to find that inner peace within yourself. There's a lot going on with that. Now, what do we have? Okay, we have the swan, and that is a beautiful symbol, because, the swan to me is similar to the butterfly, that this is about transformation. But I also, the other word that comes strongly with this is grace. there's a feeling of grace that comes with this card. So it feels to me like through finding that sense of inner peace within yourself, even if it's only a little bit, that it makes space and room for this grace and transformation in your lives. Oh, look at that. Okay. Oh, I'm going to end up reading more charms than I mean to. But we also do have the butterflies. So I do feel like this is about transformation and change for you. Change in the energies. And we have the little angel here. So I feel like, I know one of the card readings pulled Earth Angel, and I feel like that's an affirmation for those of you who are in that group. But if not, I feel like this is just a message from Spirit to say that your angels and guides are with you and working with you guys this week. Okay. We have a hot air balloon. So I feel like that's talking about rising above, okay? Rising above the situation. And, you know, people who ride in a hot air balloon always say that it's so peaceful, even if they have a fear of heights, that, you know, it brings calm and peace. So I feel like, again, this is talking about rising, that not that you need to rise above any situation that is causing you grief at this time, but that you will rise above, that there's some sort of shift, transformation, change, grace happening here that is going to give you guys a sense of ease and peace. Now, we do have the letter B, and we have 2 X's. Now, that's funny. Some of you may know someone related to the letter X or letter B, but also I feel like this situation could also involve one of your exes. Okay, so you will know what's right for you. We've got a couple keys. We have the turtle. Okay, so you guys can see, I'm not going to read them all. I'm just pulling out the ones that are most important here. With that turtle, I feel like that is talking about slowing your pace down, because, you know, the story of the rabbit and the hare, and the turtle took its time. He didn't rush through anything. He took his time and he ended up winning the race. So there's something about pacing yourselves at a good pace. And it can also be that about feeling like, you know, you don't need to put up your walls and put up your inner armor, you know, pull your head into the shell, that it's okay for you to keep trucking and keep moving through this situation, right? That you were safe to do so. And I feel like whatever ends up happening with this situation for you guys this week, I see this as like Spirit's way of saying there is a happy ending for you guys here. Now, I am available for personal readings. If you want a personal readings, my readings are still on sale and for a limited time, so you can reach me, and all my contact information is down below. And I wish you guys all the love. Please hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next week. Take care. Hi, Group B. How are you? Okay, so we are going to just dig out a couple here for you. Oh, we have some letters showing up and some astrological signs. We have quite a few letters. Okay, so I'm not going to read them all, but I will spread them out for you guys. So if you see anything that really catches your eye, then let that be a sign for you. Okay, so I do want to go to these letters first, because we have the letter R, we have the letter S, and we have H. So people who are important to you this week, you may recognize some of these as initials. We also have the sign of Cancer, and we have Pisces. Okay, So Cancer and Pisces people could be important to you this week. I find it interesting that there's two different turtles, one gold and one silver, and it actually turtle came out in the previous charms reading. So you guys have two turtles here. I feel like we really do need to address this because turtle is about slowing your pace, slowing your roll, but with you guys, I really feel like this week is about coming out of your shells. Okay. So it's kind of like time to poke your head out, take a deep breath, feel the world a little bit. And especially because we have the sign of Cancer showing up here. Cancer is the crab, but in astrology, Cancer is very well known for doing these big emotional retreats because they're very sensitive. Cancer is water sign, and so is Pisces. Actually, both water signs, but Cancer is notorious for hiding in their shells, so to speak. So I feel like they're talking a lot here about coming out of your shell and making more connections with people this week. But the other thing with Pisces here, that's ruled by Neptune, and that's quite a creative sign. They are the creatives here, and we have this guitar going on here. So I feel like, music is so important. The influence of music, energetically, emotionally, mentally. And I feel like you guys need to pay attention to the music or the lyrics that you're listening to and make sure that you guys are playing music for yourself that really is inspiring you, uplifting you, charging you energetically, and helping you to feel the way that you need to feel to get through things, get through life this week. We also have the owl. And, with the owl, I always see that as wisdom. The owl, definitely, because the owl is nocturnal, he's able to see through the dark, see through situations, and to really come at things from this place of wisdom. So I feel like that's happening for you guys this week. Now, I do want to just say that we also have this little boy. He's wearing a baseball cap backwards. So there might be a male that's important to you guys this week who maybe their name starts with one of these letters, or they are a Pisces, Cancer, water sign kind of person for you. And the last one I'm going to read here for you guys is the hummingbird. She's so cute. And with the hummingbird, hummingbirds are high energy little creatures, and they eat a lot in the day to sustain their energy. So this is talking about doing the things that you need to do to nurture yourself, to sustain your energy, like doing the guitar, doing creative things this week. This can also be, and listening to the music to kind of feed your soul. And with Spider here as well, Spider is the weaver of the alphabet. So even getting your creative on, or your journaling on for that matter, to kind of like feed your soul and feed your spirit. So my personal readings are still on sale this week. If you would like a reading, this is the time to get it, guys. All my contact information is down below the video description. I want to say thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys. Please hit the like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again next week. Take care. Hi, Group C. How are you? Okay, we're just going to chuck a couple charms out here onto the table, and let's see what we get. Whoa. Well, I'm going to reach for this. It went rolling far away because these are our letters. Well, we actually have quite a few letters. So we have the letter F. We have the letter P. we have the letter B, and we have L. So people with these letters might figure prominently in your week this week. We also have the sign of Aries. We have the sign of Scorpio. Okay, so I just want to see what else is going on here. I feel like there's some sort of, we have this Christmas stocking here. And you know how there's that, how they say, if you're not a good boy, little girl or boy, Santa's going to put coal in your stocking. And I feel like that's kind of saying, like the universe is saying that there's some reward or something good that's coming for you guys this week, and it might not be massive, but I mean, it's a nice little thing that will kind of surprise you or just kind of make you feel good. I just have this general overall feel good vibe. Now with the Aries and Scorpio signs, now people, you may have these kind of people who are significant in your life this week, but if not, Aries is the sign of, like, Aries is the leader. They're the go-getter. They are fantastic at starting things, right? And I feel like a part of what Spirit is asking you to focus on this week is some new beginnings, beginning new projects, starting new relationships, whatever it might be. There's some sense of newness that's happening here. And with Scorpio, Scorpio is this very deep, watery, sensitive, intuitive creature, but, it's ruled by Pluto. And so Scorpio is a lot about going beneath the surface, digging deep into things. So, this kind of energy helps you to psychologically see the deeper meaning and understand what's happening, why, even understanding other people's behaviors, why they're acting that way, why you're acting that way, and helping through that insight, helping you to transform, because Pluto is the planet that likes to break things down to build them back up again. So there's some sort of like rebirth, regrowth, new cycle, rebuilding, transformation through these deeper insights that you're having this week. I just want to see what else is here that's really drawing me. Okay, I do need to say the captain, the steering wheel of a ship. This one I find really interesting because this is talking about you being the captain of your own ship. This, lots of people can have opinions. You can have these voices that live inside of you from, your parents or your significant caregivers and whatnot. And this is talking about you being the captain of your own ship, which I feel really goes with that Aries thing. So, if there's something that you've been hesitant to do or try that has really kind of called your heart and you've been putting it off, I feel like this is the week for you guys to dive into that stuff. Oh, I see we also have the letter J showing up here. So, I have a feeling, with all these letters in this Aries sign, I feel like for you guys this week, this is a relationship week, with friends also. Social week. This is about connecting to people and getting that started. We also have the spoon, and I feel like, that could be talking about being mindful of the food that you're eating this week, but this could also be taking time to, have meals with friends, make that connection, just go grab a coffee and sit at the park with someone, that sort of thing. There's something about making that sort of connection, and that is also extremely nourishing to the soul. I just want to see what else is in here. And again, we have another little crab showing up here. See his little claws. So we have the sign of Cancer as well. So we've got 2 water signs and a fire sign. So you might find that it's more of an emotional week, but emotional doesn't always mean in the negative connotation. You know, you can have an emotional week where you start to really feel a deeper sense of passion and joy, right? Where you feel a lot of love for your friends that you're connecting to this week and to the people that you connect with this week. Now, I do need to show this, and then this will be the last 2 that I'm going to read for our charms. The other 2 that we have here, we have the tree, which is about getting grounded and getting rooted, which is going to be a really good idea since there's a lot more emotions flowing this week. But we also have a leaf. And so, you know how I said, you know, even go grab coffee with a friend and go walk the park or whatever. You know, this is talking about getting outside, especially in North America where summer is in, or, you know, the upper hemisphere where summer is in its last few days. Get outside, get grounded, get connected to nature, okay? So my personal readings are still on sale this week. Just to remind you, you might want to get one before the sale ends, and all my contact info is down below. Please do hit the like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again next week. Take care.